Let's get prepared.
Get prepared.
Shh.
Listen
carefully
and pay attention.
Welcome back to my channel. This is your popular talented Tiana. Yeah, welcome back. So on today's tutorial we are going to do woman blouse. That is Igbo blouse. Yes, you can call it woman blouse or you call it Igbo blouse. It's popular among Nigerian people. So I have my length. It's used for tying wrapper, but you can use the design for your skirt and blouse, you know, those 6 pieces, 8 pieces. But it's mainly for the Igbos that used to tie wrapper, you know. All these are George and wrappers. So the length is gonna be 27. I mark my shoulder line. This is my shoulder. Mark on my armpits, which is 9, and then the waist, which is 17, and that's the length at 27, right? So my neckline is gonna be a scoop neckline, so I'll use 5. I don't want to, in fact I don't like exposing anything. Now I have my underbust at 15. That's my underbust. And I have my upper bust at 6. When divided into 2, you get 9.5. With 9, you get 9, which is 4.5. Okay, I think I made a mistake. I made a slip of tongue here. This is my shoulder. This is my scoop neckline. This is my upper bust neckline. My scoop neck is at 5, my upper bust is at 6, my armpit is at 9, then my waistline is at 17, my under bust at 15, then this is my upper bust, this is my under bust. I bring down my tape, check it, it is 9. So this 9, the center is divided by 2, give me 4.5, that is my middle bust line. That's how I get my own. So let's go on and do the necessary things. My shoulder is 15 and I mark it 7.5. That is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Come down to armpit line and get my 7.5. Join it like this. Put your tape at 2 and give it a fine curve. Okay, let's do our princess darts. My darts is at 4.5. Middle bust line, I mark my 4.5. Come down to the under bust line, mark my 4.5. Waistline, my 4.5. Then to this point, which is 5, I mark it 5. Okay, so this is the center and this is the side. Listen carefully because I'm gonna give you all the details here. This is the center and this is the side. This center is where you find the center of the neck, and this is where you find the curve that gives shape to the Igbo blouse. So from this my center under my, from this my center on my under bust line, remember my dart is at 4.5. I mark 1 here, and on the waistline I mark 1. You can see it, this is the 1, and I join. And I'll take this line to this place. Remember here is 5 instead of 4.5. I used 5. Then I got to join to this point. And from this middle line, middle bust line, I join. Alright? Come to the armpits like you are seeing here. From here, you join. Yeah, we've got the center here, right? So remember to give us thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for coming back always. So by this center now, I'll have to take 2.5 on this under bust line and 2.5 here. I join it like this, 2.5, 2.5. Depending on the size of the bust, you can increase it to 3 inches. You can reduce it to 2 inches or to 1.5. You can even increase to 3.5 because the bigger the space of that here, the bigger the bust, the bigger the space of that you are supposed to, you know, take away or cut away. So from this point, I join. Okay, and in a curvy manner, I join here. In a curvy manner, I join it. and from here you minus 1 inch and join it to this point. So you got to make your move in a curvy manner. No angular point. You can see here how curved it is. No angular point, because no human part of the body, no part of the body is angular. It is curve, and all those Michelin tires. So no angular points. Then I have to add extra 1 inch. Remember, I removed 1 inch here. Then I have to add extra 1 inch here. If you don't add this, it will short when joining. So let's see how many we are going to add. Measure from this point down, down, down to this point. We got 23 and a half. So we transfer it like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. You can see almost, but I have to add still. Yeah. So my waist is at 36, which is 9. Yeah, 9. 9 plus. Okay, let's do it the simpler way. This is 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half. That is my waist. I bring it. Sorry, let me shade here so that you know we are removing it. This part, this shaded part is gonna go. It will go for us to have a very fine curve. So my waist is 36. When you divide it by 4, it will give you 9. So let's do the simple calculation in the simplest way. This is 3 and a half. The center is 3 and a half. I put it, take my 3 and a half and put it here. This is 3 and a half, 3 and a half. And this is my 9. I'm measuring along the waistline. This is 9. That is my waist. And I have to add seam allowance. Half here will give us 1. So if I add it here, it becomes 10. And I have to add turning the lining as in the lining allowance, turning the lining allowance. I have to add the allowance. That is ½ inch. It becomes 10 and a half. And I have to add shaping allowance. Here I usually use 1 inch for shaping allowance, because mama will get fat, I would like to lose, I lose fat, I would like to shape, you know now. So I have to add extra 1 again. So in total, the waist measurement plus 2 and a half, that is what I add to almost all my dresses. So 9 plus 2 and a half will give us 11 and a half. Take it straight to the armpit line and give a little allowance down here, so that it's gonna enter the hip line. Yeah. Okay, we are done with this. Let's go up to the shoulder, because I have a specific style for my shoulder. So I want to do, first of all, let's slant, the usual slanting. So I take 1 inch here. Yeah. No, let me take 1 and a half. 1 and a half. This is my neck. I scooply add or join it here. Don't mind my English. I join it to the neckline. That is 5. My 5 that I use for neckline. Join it in a curvy manner. Then along here, I have to get like 3 inches, because I want it to be off shoulder sort of. Okay, let me get 3 and a half here. So instead of, this is how it's gonna look. So instead of cutting it straight like this, I added this. So this is my armpits. From here I'll now add my star. But I don't have to forget that here is where the armpits ended. This part is part of the sleeve. So any question, contact me on the comment section below. Give me thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, you can see I've done the cutting, I've finished the cutting. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it. Yeah. Pattern we've got. Remember, this is not the main blouse. I'll place it on my lace fabric. I'll place it here and I'll show you everything last. So let's do the back. The line, my armpit line, my waistline 17, armpit is at 9, shoulder 09 is armpit, 17 is waistline, then the length of the blouse. First, let's remove the zipper allowance, which is 1.5 inch from up to down. We got to remove the zipper allowance. Okay, so from shoulder line I measure out 7.5 minus the zipper. You can see 7.5 plus 1.5 is 9, is now 9 inches. I mark. Then on the armpit line I mark also the same thing and join. You can use your 2 inches tape or use your course to join it. Then remember our dart is 4.5. I've done the zipper allowance, so it's not inclusive in the zipper. 4.5. I mark it. Down here is 5. I mark it, join. Then on this line I get my 1 inch and 1 inch. Join it like this, join it like this, So for the shoulder, remember I have to slant first. Then from here I get my 1.5 and I extend it to 3.5 inches like this and join it this way. Yeah, join it this way. Then I add extra 1 inch here, take it down to join the arm. 9, like I did in the front, is 9. That is 36 divided by 9. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9. So I have to measure starting like this. I got 4. Take my 4 and put it here, and this is 9. Add my 2.5 inches, it will give me 11.5. Or to clear you again, add my 1 inch, which is seam allowance for this dart. It will be 10. Add 1/2 inch for turning of the lining, it will be 10.5. Add 1 inch for the shaping, it becomes 11.5. So this is my line. Join it straight and join it in a slanty manner here. That is the back. Then from here I scoop it to 7 like this. This is my neck. This is the neck of my dress. So let's cut. Pick it, then you shape. You can see the shape here now. This will go to my lace and cut it out. See, I've cut the lace. This is my pattern. I've cut the lace. This is the side. This is for the front, and this is the back. I've cut everything. So time to do the sleeve. Look at the little pieces plus this that I have for the sleeve. So I'm going to manage it like that. Remember, here is the shoulder. This is the slanted shoulder. So I have to measure along this line, which is 4.5. And I measured this the front. I measured for the front, I got it 4. Both of them will give me 8.5. So that means that every of the width for my sleeve is gonna be 8, at least more than 8.5, because I want it gathered. So here I come. I have the length of my sleeve. I want to make it like you see it in the picture. That is 8. After the ballooning, it will come to 6. It's a short sleeve. So I think I have like 8.5 here. Times 2 will give us 17, which is, you know, okay. So I have to get my 8 here in a curvy manner, join it.